Well, when I graduated in the summer of 2003, I was hired on to help our then athletic director, Bubba Cunningham, who's now the athletic director at the University of North Carolina, to help with our first football night game. We had installed temporary lights for that game, and my charge was to make sure that was being promoted to every group, church, school, make sure they knew about it and we wanted them there. We sat in a meeting, I remember, prior to the start of that season, and Bubba wanted to change the game day experience to make it more interactive and fan-friendly, and said that he wanted to start doing promotions on the court. And they went around the table thinking who was going to be able to do that, and Bubba said, we don't need to go around the table, the person who's going to be doing that is sitting right in this room, and then he pointed to me. So Bubba Cunningham got me the current position that I have. As a college student, I was a basketball manager for a men's basketball team, so I knew I wanted to be involved with athletics at some point, but I didn't know in what capacity. So I would say I wouldn't have guessed I'd be doing what I'm doing now, but I knew it would be something with athletics.
We're ready to play the Sport Clips MVP, and the band's going to help us out on which of these three, and this is going to be tough, need your haircut the most. And this is why heads work better. All right.
Football is 6 times a year. It's a big event. So that game day, usually if the kickoff's at 2 o'clock, I'm usually at the stadium by 8 in the morning, just being there and making sure everything's set up, from programs to promotions to vendors to sponsors, basically making sure everything's ready to run.
Nice work, everybody. Nice work.
Let's head courtside now and Chris Hall. Chris?
All right, thank you, Tom. First promotion of the day, it's the Fisher Meets Where's the Beat?
For basketball, it's more or less preparation is usually the day before, making sure all signage is in place, all announcements are ready to go, all promotions are ready to run, and then on game day we meet with our game day sponsor an hour before tip-off, and then from that point it's just about making sure that the script is running as it's supposed to.
Move on back to a 35-yard kick worth $100. He's got 50, going for 100. It's up. That is good. Randy has a chance to go for all three.
I think a lot of people would probably rather speak in front of a small crowd. I love large crowds. I'll do a couple times throughout the semester, I'll talk to classes in sport administration, and if they're small classrooms, then I tend to get a little nervous. I rather would have a large crowd. Like when we were at Lucas Oil, that was something I've been building toward for 9 seasons, to have a crowd like that to work in front of. It was tremendous. Promotions at football, they have to be more, the audience is so far away from you that it's got to be a visual that they can see from wherever they're sitting. So like the kicks that we're able to do, or utilizing the whole field for the Meyer high performance promotion, those are different from inside basketball. The crowds, it's a very intimate setting, feel like they're right on top of you, so you can do some different types of promotions that don't involve, that have to be so visually expanded. Well, I think we've had a couple of rough years here recently, but I feel that we are certainly on an uptick in Ball State athletics with what Coach Taylor and Coach Packer are doing in the basketball programs. I feel really good about that. And certainly Coach Limbo has come in this season and really turned the football program on its ear.
But you have to be prepared for anything when you come to Ball State football games.
So I think we're in for a few good years here at Ball State athletics.
He's in!
Shot will take the extra point.